Hello everyone, hope you are good and doing well in your home, and at the same time you are doing your studies also, right? So today I will be talking to you about a poem. This is generally known as to be poem. We know it as a poem, but it is actually called as poem, right? So in this poem, what we are going to learn? We are going to learn about the nature, right? And this poem or the poem is been written by William Blake, which is there in your literature book, and the name of the poem is Laughing Song, right? So instead of saying poem, I would prefer to say poem, because I am habituated to say in that pronunciation. So I will be saying poem from now on, right? So before we go into the explanation or understanding of the poem, let us read, or let me read out the lines of the poem for you. Laughing Song by William Blake. This poem you will find it on page number 69 in your literature book, where it says, or it goes like this: when the green woods laugh with the voice of joy, and the dimpling stream runs laughing by, when the air does laugh with our merry wit, and the green hill laughs with the noise of it, when the meadows laugh with the lively green, and the grasshopper laughs in the merry scene, when Mary and Susan and Emily with their sweet round mouths sing ha ha he, when the painted birds laugh in the shade, when our table with cherries and nuts is spread. Come live and be merry and join with me to sing the sweet chorus of ha ha he. So this is a poem written in the context of the nature. Means here the poet is sitting somewhere in the garden or maybe at the foot of the hills, and he has written this poem. And in this poem he is trying to say us so many different things that the nature always gives us, or that nature always tells us that, you see, if we can be happy, why can't you human beings be happy, right? So now we will go further into the explanation of the poem. So this poem, the poem Laughing Song by William Blake, is depiction of an ideal world. Depiction of an ideal world means where the poet is actually depicting that if the world could have been a merry place, a pleasurable place for all of us, if it could remain the same throughout the times that we have come across, or throughout the time that we will live, if everyone lives happily, everyone lives in peace, if the world can be like this. That is why it is said an ideal world. It is one of his few poems which portray nature with rich and pleasant imaginary. So it is one of his rich poem, or one of his poem where he actually, generally William Blake writes about the nature and the richness of the nature. He always explains, or he always brings something from the nature which is very rich, and we generally do not treasure it, or we do not pay heed to it, right? So he basically comes up with all those things, and he tries to make people understand that, you see, these trees around us, these flowers around us, these birds around us, they make us so happy. All of a sudden, if all of these things are disappeared or vanishes all of a sudden, what will happen? The world will look like an empty space. Okay, so that is what he tries to make all of us understand, that how important are these things which are there around us. In this poem, the poet describes the merrymaking natural thing and urges the people to join him in singing songs in the appreciation of the nature's beauty. The poem has been divided into 3 stanzas, first, second and third, having 4 lines each, and like most of the other poems of Blake, the rhyme scheme of Laughing Song is AABB. So first of all, it has 3 stanzas, and each stanza has got 4 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4. Further into this poem, it has a rhyming pattern of A, B, B. Like this, you see, the last word is joy and buy. So, both are rhyming. So, this will be A, this will be B. And then wit, it. This is another rhyming pattern, right? So, this poem has 3 stanzas and each stanza has 4 lines, and this has a rhyming pattern of A, B, E, B, B throughout the poem. If you see throughout the poem, it has the same rhyming pattern at the end of the lines. The poem has been composed in a way that one can sing it. The poem is so composed that if someone, if there is any musician around, or if you like music, you can sing this poem. There are a few songs also available. If you go to YouTube, you can find out the song. If you write laughing songs, you will find out a song also. So, it is written in such a way that it can be changed into song also, or you can sing it, because it has got rhythmic the rhyming words at the end, and then you can give in good music also into this. Now, we get into the poem first stanza, right? So, in stanza number 1, the poem begins with a description of beautiful things in nature, and then the poet says that, so according to the poet, all the people should join in merrymaking and singing when the green woods, i.e. the forest, laugh with the voice of joy. So, here the poet is saying that the forest against which, or in front of which the poet is sitting, says that the forest, the green woods laugh with the voice of joy. Wood means forest, alright, laugh with the voice of, as if the forest is smiling and laughing with the voice of, with in joy the forest is laughing, right. So, when the forests are green, especially in springtime, and their leaves make soothing and calming voice when the air passes through them. So, how or why the poet is saying such thing, or in the first line what the poet is trying to tell us, that when the wind passes through the forest or through the trees, what happens is it makes some noise, and that noise is a joyful noise. Here the poet is telling that the noise which has been made by the woods or by the trees in the wood, it seems like as if the forest is laughing or it is smiling. When you are happy, when you are playing happily, what happens? You smile and you make some noise while you smile. So, that is a joyful noise of yours, right. So, that kind of noise the poet could hear from the forest. Next, he says that it will be the time when the dimpling stream runs laughing by. Dimple is a small depression which appears on the cheeks of some of the people when they smile or laugh. Dimple is what? You will find that there are some people, when they laugh, when they smile or laugh, over here their dimple comes on both sides or maybe on one side. So, what happens is that the poet is talking about that in the second line, and the dimpling stream runs laughing by. So, there is not only the forest, just by the side of the forest or in between the forest, a stream is also flowing, right. Dimple is a next line. So, the dimple in a poetic scene would be the waves which keep moving across the stream. So, you see how the poet has actually spoken about the dimple which appears in our cheek, and the poet has compared those dimples with the wave of the water. Like when the wave of the water moves like this also appears to be like the dimple which is there in the stream, right. So, this is what the poet is trying to see, that these are considered to be the dimples of the stream, right. So, next, the waves make joyful sound which makes them attractive to ears. Now, these dimpling or smiling streams and rivers pass by the green forest. Next, it is the time when the air does laugh with a merry wit. When the air does laugh with a merry wit. During the summertime, the air also makes audible sounds while crossing the river and forest. The poet says that the air is also laughing with them. So, not only the the dimples are making a melodious sound, or not only the stream is making a melodious sound along with the woods, but here the poet is saying that the air is also merrily enjoying the fun that the water and the forest they are having. The air has also become a part of that merrymaking. Okay. So in the final line, the poet says that the green hill laughs with the noise of it. Now, not only in the first case the forest, and then second case the water in the stream or the stream, and in the next case the air, now hill also comes into place. Now these are all the parts of the nature. If you see the environment, you have a hill which is seen like it's natural, and then you have the stream, and then you have the air which is natural, and hill. All of these things are natural things, right? These are given to us by the nature free of cost. We don't have to pay anything to have this or to see this, right? Yeah, we may have to travel from one place to the other to see the hills, but then that is your wish. I mean, otherwise the nature has given everything, all of these things free of cost to us. So in the final line, the poet says that the green hill laughs with the noise of it. Near the forest and the stream, there is a hill full of green trees. When the merrymaking air strikes it, the hill also seems to be laughing. So all of them are laughing together, and the poet could see that they are laughing, and that is what the poet wants to convey to us, that maybe in our busy schedule we do not bother to see who is doing what and what the nature is offering us, but here the poet wants to make us aware of the things that are around us and how beautiful they are and how merrily they are living, or how they want us to become happy always. Next we go on to the next stanza, that is stanza number 2. In the next stanza, the poet continues describing the nature. According to him, it is the time when the meadows laugh with lively green. When the meadows laugh with lively green. According to him, it is meadows are the grounds with green grass and very less or no plants. So what is meadow? It's a plain land which is covered with green grass with very few trees in that grassland, or no trees at all. Those are known as to be the meadows. For the poet, the green meadows seem to be laughing because of the bright green color. Now, how the poet explains that the the meadow, which the poet could see in far away distance till the horizon, the poet can see that, and it says that this meadow also seems to be laughing because it has got bright green color. In the spring generally you will see that the field or such kind of plain land looks very lush green, okay, as if it is very happy and it is to the it is to the fullest of its happiness. It seems like that. So that is what the poet is trying to say us over here. In the meadows there are grasshoppers which laugh in the merry scene. That is, in the laughing and the merrymaking meadows, the grasshoppers which also make laughing sound. It is the time when Mary and Susan and Emily with their sweet round mouth sing ha ha he. Mary and Susan and Emily depict common ladies. They are just, as you can see in your book, there are 3 ladies running down the down the meadow. It's basically here the poet is talking about general ladies. So he had to give some names, he has given. So these are the common ladies. If it is the case, the line suggests that common women are also the part of the nature. So common women are also the part of their nature. Their beauty depicts by sweet round mouths, and their voice also contributes to the beauty of the nature. Not only the voice of the wood, the voice of the stream, the sound of the air, or the laughing sound made by the hill is making things merrier, but the sound of these ladies are also mixing up, as if all the sound are mixing up and making up a very beautiful music, which seems like everyone is in a very pleasant mood and they are passing the time smiling and laughing and enjoying the time. In those green meadows, common ladies are also enjoying and singing. So along with the nature, these ladies are also very happy and they are singing in happiness. Stanza 3. The poet says that it is the time when the painted birds laugh in the shade. Painted birds mean the bright colored birds which are painted. Which are painted means it's quite natural. Naturally, you will find that the birds are colorful. Some are green, some are red, some are yellow, some are blue. As if God has painted them so nicely or in such a way that when it goes and mixes with the nature, with the other natural things, it brings a feeling of joy, as if the nature is also enjoying the birds, flying from here to there, or sitting on the tree, or have made a nest maybe. So it is made in such a way that everything looks as if everything is in harmony, as if everything is in line, nothing looks out of order. So that is why the color is also been mentioned by the poet over here. Shade here either refers to the shade of green trees or their nest in those trees, near the birds which are on the trees. In the table of the poet with cherries and nuts spread on it, the poet is sitting in the middle of the merrymaking nature. With the natural fruits, he offers others to come, live and be merry. So the poet, as in the beginning of the poem I told you, the poet is sitting somewhere close to the forest, and not only forest is there, there is a stream, the wind is also blowing, just beside the forest there is a hill, and then the birds are flying, and this is the place where the poet is sitting, and the poet is saying all of us to join him in that merrymaking. The poet is actually telling that we should also go and enjoy such beautiful nature, and we should also sing our heart out. When you are very happy, when you are in peace, you will always want to listen to music, or you will want to sing something. So that is what the poet is trying to tell us. The sound joined him to sing the sweet chorus of ha ha he. Ha ha he is the chorus because along with the poet there is nature which is singing and laughing. The last word he, not ha, to make the rhyme, just to make the rhyming perfect. What happened over here? You see, with this line, shade and spread. So this is also A, this is also A, B and B. In order to make it rhyming with this me and he. So it's not ha ha ha, it is ha ha he. So now this time when you are writing something is been told by your friend or someone, and over the WhatsApp you want to express that you are laughing, instead of writing ha ha ha, you can write down ha ha he. Okay, so this is the new way, and you have learned this from the poem from your book. So the poet ends in merrymaking. It can also be considered as an invitation of romantic poet to those living in urban areas. This is something, it is also an invitation for the other people, those who have the skill of writing, creative writing. They can also write such poem by sitting maybe beside just a pond, or maybe beside a stream, or in the foot of the hills, or maybe in the terrace you sit down and then you see the kites are flying, so you start writing a poem. Now it's the season of flying kites. So what you can do, you can use your words, your vocabularies, and then you can sit down to write a poem. So this is also an invitation. William Blake is also inviting those people, those who loves the nature and those who have the knack of writing. They can also write this, right? So this is how the poem goes about, and this is what it is there in the poem. Now after this, what I want you all to do, read the poem aloud at your home, the whole poem, and after you have read the poem, please write the name of the poem in the copy, in your literature copy, and make this in the copy. In the first page where you have written the name of the chapter with the date, make this. Now what you have to do over here, see over here it is written, read the poem and pick out instances of personification. Now there are quite a few personifications in the poem, right? So the basic word over here is laugh, right? In all the lines you will find out different forms, or laugh has been written in different tense, right? So laugh. Now you see, when the green woods laugh, can the forest laugh? No. So over here, this is known as to be the personification. In the circle, you have L-A-U-G-H. What it is written? Laughter. Yeah, L-A-U-G-H-T-E-R. So when you will be making this, so what you have to write? You have to actually find out the natural things which basically cannot laugh. Who can laugh? We human beings can laugh. But apart from that, in the poem, whatever is mentioned are supposed to be either non-living thing or living thing but cannot laugh. You have to mention the names of those things. One is been done for you, green woods, right? Green woods. I will give you one more. Over here, dimpling stream. Okay, so dimpling stream you can write down. And so on, you have to find out. So altogether, how many natural things you have to find out from the poem? You have to find out altogether 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? You have to find out and do this work and send it to me by 7 p.m. today. Okay, so this is your task for today, right? Read the poem and then get this work done. If you want to color the what you call this work, you can color it, but make sure that you do light color so that whatever you have written I can understand. Alright, so bye bye and take good care of yourself.